Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, on behalf of your Denver-based podcast crew, we appreciate you joining us for the Friendly Vibes.
Coming to you live from TSS Universidad. We're cracking a brew and a Mountain Dew. Because we're going to get blasted, folks. Blasted talking about aliens with our guest today.
Get phaser blasted.
A member of the Space Force by patch only. Chris Albrecht.
Honorary Space Force member here.
Space Forcean.
They called me. They're like, Chris, we know you know a lot about these aliens.
What do you know?
Tell us all about it. No, but really, Sean.
It's a very scary world. They've got unidentified flying things all over the country. Do you see the foam that showed up in people's...
What?
There was this foamy, the
fog? The smoke fog? Yeah, dude. Oh, dude, people are talking about that it has, an arsenic smell to it. It's and so sus, dude.
And then someone filmed their dog bowl after, and it was, microorganisms. You could see them moving.
Oh, no. See, I didn't see that video, but there's a rabbit hole I'm going down tonight. That's crazy. No, but dude, the craziest and weirdest thing about this whole scenario, though, and situation is that, it's so hard to tell what is mass hysteria and people wanting to see things.
Right.
And what is actually legit. Because, dude, I have to comb through so much shit to find things that are oh, whoa, what is this? Whoa, let's stop and analyze this video real quick. Because most of it's just people are oh, the drones are here. And they're just taking fucking videos of
airplanes,
flight paths, at an airport. You're just oh, fuck. But,
brother.
Dude, don't get me wrong though. I like the sentiment that X-Files. I want to believe,
right. It's way more fun to want to believe.
Yeah, we need more of that traction, dude. Everyone's just everyone I talk to that's normal, that it just has a normal life. Let's say college students or whatever at work. I'm hey, you guys heard about what's going on in New Jersey? And they're oh yeah, it's kind of interesting. And then they don't really care, and you're just man. I just wish people would understand or could understand the potential major implications that something like this could, impose.
But they don't have control over that, and it will drastically impact their lives. And so it's a continuance of the not caring is cool became apathy to everywhere, to everything all the time, and became... Well, I don't want to know because I can't control it.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's one thing to say that and dismiss videos that people show you on Reddit or whatever.
Yeah, you know this might be an orb. Do you see the orb in the sky?
Yeah, exactly. But dude, I was talking to one of my, so he's my brother-in-law. Not yet, he's engaged. But I was talking to him at Christmas. His name is Treve. And he is a child psychologist.
Okay.
And so he's a doctor's PhD. And I was talking to him about it, and he was just no. It's bullshit. He was just so quick to dismiss it. And I was that's crazy from someone who's in theory, a very well-educated critical thinker that makes decisions based on not necessarily tangible things, he's, you know what I'm saying? He has to interview people and make these decisions based on his best critical thought.
Yeah, but
he was just nah, I don't think so. I think it's stupid. It's probably government stuff or people fucking with cameras wrong. And I'm but dude, I think the most compelling one is Fox News Georgia fucking got a video of a plasmoid just sitting 400 feet in the air. Everyone's it's Venus. It's very obviously
it's
scaled
plasmoid.
And there and not more than half a mile away from them. And they're just yeah, we don't know what the fuck this is, but we're filming it and this is crazy. Someone can give us some information. You might want to let us know, because this is wild stuff we're seeing down here in New Jersey. It was a Georgia Fox News team that went down there.
Sorry, it's the other potential guest of the show tonight that texted. That's why I had my ringer on.
But here, I want you to see this one.
No, the plasmoid, orb in the sky. It's okay. So the Vatican opened that door, right?
Yeah.
So we take down this door and concrete because of symbolism and the year and whatever. And then that's supposed to represent the coming of some problematic things in the sky, according to scriptures.
Well,
and then we see these orbs, dude. Let's take a purely scriptural, biblical sense of this. Maybe not the time to be sitting on our hands and not looking at what's around us.
No, there's that's a thing. A big thing too is the amount of actual theories, I guess you could consider them conspiracies that tie into this. And a lot of, there's just I've read some stuff that are obviously written by some people who may or may not be fully there mentally, especially online. But some of the larger conspiracies that these are, especially like regarding like Book of Revelation, like God, and like they tie in that it's like this exact happening and that what's been going on throughout like the entirety of human history. Religion is essentially like those people's lesser formed way of interpreting it, like these occurrences and things like that, or something really fucking crazy happened, like with direct contact with like these alien beings or whatever, and the only way people could perceive them as like gods, you know what I'm saying? Like that could be, that's the thing that a lot of people say online, that it like it's like, oh, Jesus, like this is Christ, God, whatever your religion is, like this is what that is, but people have just like terraformed it into like human understanding, and that's where you get like Bibles and Qurans and shit.
Because
like that.
when you read about orbs, people are like, okay, whatever.
Exactly.
Fantasy novel, fuck off. Yeah.
Exactly. So like if the Bible was just like Jesus was like some fucking, like entity, you said, reptile, or like, you know what I'm saying, like sci-fi-esque dude with like phasers and cannons and shit like that.
Like the guy from Prometheus, like the big white skin.
Yes, exactly.
Perfectly built. What Alex wants to become.
Yes, the Dolphin Man.
Dolphin Man. That's
the Dolphin Mecha Man.
New nickname for the big K when I see him next. Dolphin Man. What's up, Dolphin Man?
Dude, in the end of that, he jumps like 6,000 feet into water. I'm like, gotta have some chunky build to not break your neck.
He's dead.
Jumping 6,000 feet into a lake made of like methane or something. I don't know. That movie was crazy.
Liquid gas.
Years later, still just trying to wrap my head around that
one. So where do you like source? Yeah, it's not great. I need to wipe it down. Someone spilled, and I didn't. You know. Okay. No, you're gonna reach, really? Oh my god, he's going the distance. He's going for coasters.
The distance.
The worst concert. I will continue to say this until I die. The only concert I have not enjoyed, Cake at Red Rocks.
That's the only concert I've ever left
early. Yes, it's
he's going for speed. He's
all alone.
Yeah, thank you.
All alone in his time of need. Yes, dude. There's 5 songs you would go to a Cake show to see, and they didn't play any of them. They got on the stage like, we're only going to do our super undercover stuff for the real Cake heads.
Oh, I hate that. That's horrible. If you're going to a mainstream venue like that you're getting like a large target audience who have only probably heard your stuff from the radio or whatever like that. Like, oh, I love this song, and then you play all that bullshit, bro.
Yeah, and I'm a young
You just
normie.
lost like half the fans.
Some Cake, you know, maybe not enough, but like, like Jesus.
I'm familiar with Cake.
Like, how much cake? Look at me. How much cake do I need to consume before I'm like good enough to hear Going the Distance live?
There are just some bands that cannot do Red Rocks.
It's the only one. It's the only show I've ever been to. Even Tech 9. I was scared. Scared.
Tech 9 was a crazy fucking show. I saw Tech at Red Rocks, and that shit was fucking off the wall.
I saw Tech in a like GA pit of a amphitheater in Cedar Rapids.
Dude, that guy
crazy
literally brings like planet colliding energy wherever he goes. Like, I don't even know how else to explain it. Like,
he brings both the immovable object and the unstoppable force.
Yes, and then he's like, and he puts it in a rap song. But dude, fucking, could you imagine, like, how can you maintain that energy and drive? Like, and he does like 7 or 8 shows like throughout like it's just like, what the fuck, dude?
He's like
you can't. When he's in Denver, he does like 6 back to back. Like, he's like one at the fucking at Cervantes, like a smaller show, more expensive, Red Rocks, and he goes like does 6 in a row, and you're just like, what the fuck, dude? Like, and every single time he's just like the hardest motherfucker. He's like, oh, I'm gonna destroy this set, and he does.
I mean,
and he does.
He's got that like Bert Kreischer, you know, mindset towards what he's doing. It's like, you know, you can look from afar and be like, dude, it's crazy. Dude's got a, you know, grind work ethic that maybe doesn't line up with reality. Like, why is Tech 9 doing 6 sold out shows?
Dude, did you know? Well,
his sales though.
He's the most successful independent artist of all ever time. To live
of all time. That's why I love his story, is that he's kept. And I was wondering, like, why is he on tour all the time? I was like, is he like, you know, in bed with bad money? They have his like, no, it's all his.
Successful as fuck, dude. Like, that just surprises me though. Of like all the people in the world that could be the most successful independent artist, it goes to Tech 9. Like, I guess it's not surprising, but it is. So you wouldn't think that if you just asked someone what they thought it was or who it was.
Oh, dude, my favorite.
I bet you very few would say even any rapper.
Speaking of
at all, much less
people's
Tech9.
perception and how wrong it is, did you see the study that came out of what percentage of Americans are X? And then they ask people to like, what percentage of Americans are Jewish, or what percent of Americans are black, or what percent of Americans are gay or bi or whatever. And then they like tell you what the respondents said versus what they actually are. And it's like so tweaked because everybody's living in this echo chamber mindset of like extremism. And it's not healthy for people's perception of the world around them. So now we see orbs and we're like, oh my God.
Orbs, take us away.
Please, orbs, answer our calls. Ban TikTok.
Orbs, why won't you destroy the sun? Do my prayers mean nothing to you? But no, man, the orbs are crazy, bro.
The IRS will probably let you start an orb religion this year if you want.
Dude, orb religion?
Orb religion?
Sean,
this might be
I think we've precipiced the next great idea. This could be the next Scientology. You want to make some money?
We could definitely make some money on this idea.
Dude, I think we could. All right, here, I want to show you this fucking video, though. Just so you can see it.
Can you send it to me so I can screen record and rip it into this video?
Yeah, of course. Of course, Sean. Here, send this picture to AK, though.
Oh my God.
It's perfect.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Send that to me.
Screenshot. Send that to me. That strong, though? That's a real photo.
No, it's not.
Yes,
it is
dude.
not.
Belugas are jacked, homie.
It's not a real photo, though. Belugas can be jacked, and that's still not a real photo.
Look it up. It's like kangaroos, dude. I'm dead serious. They have like the strongest abdominal wall.
Really? Dude, shut up.
Beluga.
That's got to be horseshit. That absolutely has to be a deep fake.
It's got like a 60.
There's no way, dude.
But here, dude, Pentagon talking about the orbs and saying and acknowledging that they're real. That was a thing that no one cared about and got like no press at all. So it's like to all the skeptics, like literally, like the Pentagon's like, yeah, we know what they are. They've been incurring around military bases for like the last 2 years. Like we haven't so far as it seen any source of like them being threatening or harmful, but we also can't knock them down with any of our like electric jamming tech. And we also can't like verifiably see that they're transmitting or producing any frequencies, which is like, they're obviously being controlled. So like the tech they're basically saying without saying is beyond
our comprehension.
Is beyond what we can understand. And they just say that shit. And you're just like, I feel like that should be a really big deal.
Well,
like, I feel like that should be on every news media at night. Like, everyone should know, like, should see that.
Yeah,
at least be aware.
They won't go to work and they won't pay taxes, Chris.
But they will, though.
No, they won't.
I don't, like, I think
that's their fear. That's their real fear. That's why they don't tell you
that's their fear. But honestly, like, coming from someone like myself who's like
so ready
like,
for that.
No, not even that. Not even ready, but like someone who thought like, oh, like fuck this, like I don't need a job, like I'm just gonna go be free. Like I've thought about just like walking to like San Francisco or something like that, like just like for life experience, something like that, dude. When you really actually take
Christopher
it
McCandles
apart and the logistical like requirements to do something like that, dude, unless you have money or a way to access materials, that shit is really fucking hard to do. Like, and so to say that like, oh, the alien, like people are just gonna stop working, like, no, I'm sorry, people are way too comfortable. Even if some crazy shit like that did happen and aliens landed on the front porch of the White House, people would still go to work because they have to. Like what it like just because that happens doesn't mean that you suddenly can just like food's free and you'll never have to go buy it again or you'll never have to access it again. Like the world's like the social structure of the planet still has to function or it'll just fucking everyone will die.
Right. But I think I think it'll quickly shift in a bad way for people where it's either
it could
like,
be crazy for a while for sure.
That's
but I mean like at that. But I think then once people are like, oh, wow, like this craziness is fucking super chaotic and actually really terrible, I think people will chill.
Dude, but it'll get more small, right? Don't you think we'll have to get more small? We'll have to get communistic in terms of like a classical sense of like, I'm going to have 5 people in my block also grow some food so we can eat.
This was Russia's Cold War plan all along.
Bingo, right? Literally, it sounds like it.
This is how they get communism. They're like, we won in the end, you fuckers. No, but I don't know, man. Like, I really don't know why or how like that would cause, in my opinion, a tremendous change. But maybe people just wouldn't be able to physically handle it, start freaking out like manic and mania.
We're already
like crashing cars like 100 miles an hour. Aliens, you know, like just fucking just crazy shit.
But it sounds so funny to think about. Just people like for no reason. Like you find out we have aliens, but they've been here a while, and it's like, so we're still gonna go to work. We're still gonna do it. And then some guy's just like, oh my god, what?
Everyone, just every now and again, there's just a random, just like high speed car into the wall.
Kind of like there already
You're like,
is
"Fuck."
in this country with crazy people. Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Yeah, it's too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Today, this morning, it is. We're recording this on the first day of the year.
Do you know why that was such a big deal?
What happened?
Because they canceled a football game.
That is why. No, dude.
That's why. No,
I saw
seriously,
people
that's
say
why
that
everyone
we
was
should.
fucking pissed.
I saw
like
people
it got so much coverage is because we can't watch football.
Literally,
what the fuck?
I saw some people tweeting that we should go to war with the Middle East over the fact that they canceled a college football playoff game. Like the quarterfinal of college football, like we should just drive a plane with nuclear weapons
Like,
into their, what's the
9/11 wasn't the magnum opus, but you cancel fucking college football. Oh, you bet your ass we're coming back.
like Burj Khalifa just with it.
We just invade the UAE. We're just some random country that just has like no association. They're just like probably actually give the college football like association money, I'm sure. Like
right. Yeah, funnel through NIL backdoors. Yeah,
probably. But can't be canceling SEC football, bro.
Dude, that's a big deal. Notre Dame and Georgia.
No, but for real though, rest in peace. Sucks that bunch of people
some guy
got hit by
drove
truck.
a fucking truck that he rented on Turo, right, through a crowd of people on Bourbon Street at 3 a.m.
Well, dude, my like sleep schedule's all messed up. Like I don't go to bed until like 5 or 6 a.m. So I didn't really hear anything about this until like right before I left to come here. So I didn't really like hear how it like the details. I just knew that some dude ran it. Like I thought it was a shooting at first, and then I was like, oh, some dude fucking yes. Well, I mean, not yes, like as in like great, but like I'm glad it wasn't a gun. Glad he fucking used a truck because then it's like people realize that like the guns
we should be allowed
not...
to rent trucks in this country.
Yeah, I mean it's like
you should only be allowed to rent small sedans because this is how we do policy in the United States.
600cc max.
Let's be honest. This is how public policy has worked in the United States for the last 20 years.
Dude.
We just had someone run an F-150 Lightning through Bourbon Street. Guess what? You can't rent a truck anymore in this country.
Is it a Lightning?
A light duty truck is not allowed to be rented. Of course it was a Lightning.
EV, bro.
Yeah.
God damn it. Even the ISIS terrorists are woke as fuck, dude. Like, what the hell? Like, they're like, no, we're going to need an EV for this one. Fuck.
But yeah, some people are already throwing up the MK Ultra flags and all, you know.
Oh my God. Dude, crazy people do crazy shit, especially when they're, you know, fucked around with right-wing or terrorist extremist ideologies. Like, that's where you get most of them. But
big break. I mean, we're just trying to get by.
Just trying to get by.
So what do you think happens with the orbs next? Like,
oh, dude.
now that T Willie gets in, do we?
Well,
so we don't find out because of the orbs.
I was really hoping that some dude, like really hoping that some dude from the Pentagon would just like all mainstream media, just beep, 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 presidential alert, and they're just like, hey, so these are alien overlords. We are a slave and soul farm, and that's that. Sorry, they want us to tell you. There's nothing else we can do about it. We're all fucked and working as souls for these aliens. You know, like something like that. Like it's just like, but obviously that would never happen. Even if it was like a truth, like just some crazy, insane, off the wall truth like that.
I was posed this question. I couldn't answer it by a guest.
But also, too, that's like a online conspiracy theory.
Right.
That's not me saying that.
No.
Just so people are aware, those aren't my crazy ideas.
No.
Those are other people's crazy ideas that I like.
Well, I was like, you know, going down this rabbit hole of a thought experiment with a guest.
But some people
Tanner.
think we're a soul farm.
And Tanner, and I was like, well, I think maybe, you know, people are part of this, you know, intergalactic currency soul scheme.
Yeah, soul farm.
Yeah.
Dude.
But like the question that was posed to me that I didn't answer for in this thought experiment is like, well, then who's collecting the money, or like what's the purpose of the souls?
Well,
and I don't even know that.
Well, so here's another crazy little rabbit hole amongst all these insane little crazy rabbit holes. But I can't remember if it was Bob Lazar or somebody talking about like CIA disclosure. But there's like a CIA disclosure, and it's like legitimate like documents. Like it's not like just some random person like creepypasta this shit together and it's all fake. But it's referencing some dude talking about like how the CIA was doing remote viewing tests like from back in the day, and like
from the 70s.
Yeah, if you guys no one knows what remote viewing is, it's basically like telepathy or like what do you call that shit when you can like when your mind is it can move stuff like. It's telepathy.
Telekinesis.
Thank you. Yeah, but like basically like
you
they're
could
trying
put yourself in another room to view into what's happening in that room.
So like the Menusteric goats is kind of touched on some of that stuff, but they were basically in these documents. This guy was like, they were like talking about, hey, we need you to remote view like so and so, this and this and this, and like, and it was something to do with aliens. But he came back after his remote viewing session, and like apparently this guy was like very successful at predicting things according to like these documents, which is actually pretty crazy. And they talked about it in depth about how like his accuracy was like beyond what you would assume to be like standard. Like they thought that he had like a gift, I guess, but I mean that's highly debatable. But
oh, dude, I read about Tag recently. We got to get back to that. Because we're both in Talented and Gifted. Do you know that that's a CIA program, apparently?
Oh, is that the MK? Is that
that's
MK
part
Ultra?
Of MK Ultra.
Bro,
it's like a feeder program, apparently.
Oh, God.
Talented and Gifted in the United States.
Dude, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry,
the remote viewership.
I should know better than cut you off.
No, yeah.
Your remote viewing experience.
It's like a little squirrel with a little peanut up there, dude. As soon as like one goes one way, it's just like... Doop, doop, doop.
There's none over there.
But he was saying, though, that like when he came back from his remote viewing, that like people and like the earth as it functioned in regards to aliens was a soul farm, and that like humans and like religion and things like that, like commandments and like laws and all like just stuff that people live by.
Social orders.
Yes, exactly. Are basically just like standards and ways to maintain souls, and like you can damage your soul, and these souls can be like irreparably harmed to where they're of like no use to the alien overlords as like a currency.
Well, I would believe this in like the standard, like when we all die, we go back to a collective consciousness, and the more love you exude in this life, the higher form of that consciousness you contribute to after.
Like something like that, yeah. But
with aliens.
But yes, yes. And if you're just like, you're basically taking like all the abstract of like heaven and all these godly interventions and experiences and being like, it's aliens that are doing it. Like it's really just our alien fucking prison, alien soul prison. But dude, the fact that like this, like those are like officiated documents from our government is just like, what the fuck are we doing, bro? Like it's just crazy shit, man. I don't know.
So what should we do for our souls? Didn't you tell us anything about that?
Oh yeah, well I mean, you basically just like, it's pretty much just like your soul is the least damage if you follow like the good tenets of Christianity. It's like you just be a good person.
So you're saying that like the pit of despair and like regret of like bad decisions or poor like impactful things that hurt other people in my life, like that's the thing that I feel in my chest is like an actual like death of part of my soul being hurt, so the aliens won't get that.
Yes, that's like soul damage.
That's soul damage.
It's like a sunburn for your soul.
I feel it.
Dude.
I mean, yeah, dude. Haven't you felt it?
Oh, I felt it, dude.
So you
my
kind of
soul.
So you kind of
my broken soul.
So do you think your soul's beyond reproach?
I don't know. I hope not.
No,
we'll see. The aliens are like looking on the list. They're like, ooh, this soul.
So Santa Claus then would be an alien, like a construct that's been provided via.
Yes. If Santa was a nondescript fourth dimensional orb, he could get to everyone's house, and he could deliver those presents, bro.
Bingo.
So to everyone who says Santa can't be real,
Santa could totally be real.
Santa could pull that off, bro. If he was four dimensional NHI. Plasmoid.
Santa is an orb is the name of this episode. Santa is an orb, folks. It's real. Santa is real, and he's an orb. Let's be very clear about what Santa is.
Grandma got ran over by a fourth dimensional NHI plasmoid orb.
Yeah, well, it sounds better when you just say reindeer, but
yeah, dude.
They got to make money off the songs after all. Dude. Come on, folks.
New Jersey, the fire department also issued a statement like talking about if you find the drones that they're like sending these orbs around. That's a whole nother thing that we didn't even talk about, that like the orbs are crazy, but the drones that like are being sent out to like,
they're like coming from the ocean.
That's what that's what the fucking that's what the governor of fucking New Jersey said.
He's reported that the governor has said that they're coming from 50 miles off the coast. They're flying for 5 to 6 hours at a time.
Yes.
And then they're going back. Some are going back to the
some are the size of large SUVs. Like, dude, that type of drone technology.
Don't let them hear Bourbon Street.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy. Sorry. Anthony Jeselnik. Or who's that guy that's like, I try to make a joke the day of... Oh, Anthony Jeselnik. He would have liked that one.
Dude, he's Anthony Jeselnik is really, like, in my opinion, really talented as far as, like, writing, like, comedy. But I just don't like him as a person. Like, he's got good bits, but I just don't like hit. Like, if he could give those bits to somebody else and just, like, not stand up and be the one to deliver them, he'd be pretty good.
Well, that's the timer. You violated the rule of talking about other people's comedy, and we have to eat chicken now.
Shit. Damn it.
No, here, you can wrap us if you want to wrap us in a minute here.
But yeah, no, dude. I mean, we'll definitely get a little bit more into it, but fucking these drones are like far beyond anything that a private company or even in some circumstances a military could logistically pull off. And so like the fact that those exist and like people are seeing those en masse, like that is indisputable that those exist. And the government's like
talking about how they don't know.
Well, yeah, they don't fucking know what they are. It's like, dude,
did the governor say if you find one of these drones?
Oh no, they issued like a whole notice saying that like you need to call, don't approach it, don't touch it. You need to call the authorities. You need to call the closest fire department, the closest CBRN hazmat, like level, like literally hazmat cleanup team. And then they said you also need to call the bomb squad. So like this is like a written like document like that was sent out to all like the first responders and local people in some county in New Jersey. But yeah, dude, they're like serious enough to like these things are so whatever they are that like there's been 2 or 3 reports of them actually going down, and then they get like doxed. It's crazy, dude. Like they literally happen on the internet. I watched the story develop, and then I'll come back like an hour or 2 later, and all the information just doxed, and you can't find anything about it. About the ones that crash. So I think that's interesting.
You mean just pulled?
Yeah, like it's just like it no longer exists in the avenues that I was originally looking for it. So that's interesting.
There's a lot of the internet being,
but also too like you can only take it with so much like sincerity.
Yeah, it might not be real,
like because like it could have just been someone fucking with exactly, and then pull like it could have just been some dude like master level memeing, you know what I'm saying, like just to get people to fuck around. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
but also too though the fact that like you have government entities like
saying
distributing information that like you need like a bomb squad and people with like equipment to deal with this, because whatever it is
we don't know
to that extent. Like that's sketch, dude.
Because the story like Guatemala where the guy like they found the fallen entity and they brought it in a truck to a hospital, and then both the guys in the car died like within days.
Like one of those little Nazca mummies.
Yeah, that kind of a thing. Well, we're going to go eat some chicken. We'll be right back with more of these drones coming off the coast of New Jersey. You're listening to 91.1. Oh shit, was that another drone?
91.1, the orb.
We'll be right back with more orbs. Don't go anywhere. We're back. We're live. It's the After Hours show, so we got our tinfoil hats on.
You can never be too careful with these orbs.
We'll see if the audio gets affected by our tinfoil hatted natures. Feel free to pull that in. Pull it in if you need. If you need to be comfortable. Yeah, how about a fist? Yeah, perfect.
I'm surprised the audio, they can even pick it up with our hats on. Don't these block out the frequencies? The frequencies.
The frequencies?
The frequencies.
Frequencies.
Dude.
It's kind of a look, is it not? I mean, I think this light's in the wrong spot. Oh, there it goes.
Oh my God.
The orbs are going to get me.
Oh no. He's long gone. The orbs have already
consumed us.
No, what's the term? Penetrated you. You've been penetrated by the orbs.
I've been probed.
But yeah, dude. You've been droned.
So they're coming from the ocean.
Dude.
They're coming from the ocean.
From a 100-year-old spaceship drone manufacturing plant facility that is mobile.
That's what they say?
That's what the guy on fucking 4chan says, bro. And a lot of other things he said are like real. They came true.
The same guy?
Yeah.
How do they know?
Well, I know like this one post. Like a lot of the shit that he said is like pretty spot on to what's going on like in New Jersey. So maybe he was legit. He had liver cancer. That was the reason he was like disclosing all of it, apparently.
What was his alleged like position?
He worked as like a material tester for these aircraft, like the UFOs, like the ones that they were like that they have in possession, like Area 51, like from Roswell and shit. But he's like looked inside. He claimed to have like been able to look inside of these UFOs and like see how they were functioning, and like he could understand to a degree like they were all like purpose built, and like apparently like this fucking drone facility, like when they come back they get like repurposed and taken down. Like they've been able to like observe this drone facility. The US government apparently has been able to observe this drone facility, according to this guy, and like
underwater.
And like via heat signatures and like thermal, they can like apparently there's like something going on akin to like a foundry inside of it. Like when the drones return, and then they repurpose built and make an entirely new drone for every single mission. Like they're like mission set spec'd and made specifically to do like one task and like go out and like mutilate a cow or like abduct a person or like do scientific testing. And then they go back and they like reproduce and reuse the material.
So like Clone Wars style.
Dude, yeah. And like apparently he's like seen the inside of these crafts and they're like very scientific. Like there's like laboratory and like testing equipment and stuff, and like to which like that go beyond like what people can like make and like understand, like technology that goes beyond the human
comprehension.
Yeah, human mind ability. And he was like, yeah, there was like 4 or 5 different like sets of people. We were the ones who were like you're like tasked with working on and like observing the inside and like the structure, and then it'd be handed off to other people that would try to like reverse engineer the materials. Lockheed Martin, cough. He like implicated them that they were one of the companies that were doing this, which is like interesting. But and then also too, there was like multiple levels that like didn't interact with each other. Like, so the people that worked with like the aliens, because like sometimes there were bodies recovered from these UFOs, like didn't speak with the people that like did the work on the insides of them, and like those people didn't speak with the people that worked like on re-engineering the materials. Dude,
good science.
Weird, bro. So he's just like, I don't know, I never asked questions. The only thing that was super odd about that whole thing though is that he was like so just like casual about it. Like if I was in a situation like that, I would definitely want to know. And he was like, and people were asking him why he was so like nonchalant, and he was responding and literally saying like, well, in like certain fields like that, it's better for your like longevity to not be curious like that.
Totally.
And I was like, oh, fuck that, dude.
They want you to be a useful cog.
Yeah, exactly. And just like do it without, like they need someone to do this work, do it, don't ask questions, because the true nature of this work is like beyond probably what you really want to know, I guess.
Yeah, bingo. They're actually looking out for your welfare.
In theory. Yeah.
In theory.
So is the government.
Thanks, United States government. We love you.
The government knows what they are.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they're not telling us.
I bet he won't tell us when he gets in there.
If they were enemies, they'd be shot out of the sky. They'd be dealt with. He said that.
Yeah, dude, I know. But do you think he's going to, once he gets in office, actually do anything about changing the fact that the people don't know? I don't think so.
No,
I think it's
fuck no.
Like, I don't think we're going to find out about JFK and,
Dude, I did, along the alien rabbit hole, see some interesting stuff about Obama, though, when he was, like, inaugurated, and, like, an interview with him after he was, like, given the presidential briefing and, like, given, like, the book of secrets. Like, dude, that's a real thing. In the old Victorian desk, Nick Cage. Good film. Not really, but
the film or the reality? Not a good thing that it's a real thing, or not a good thing the film.
But the interview though, after he was briefed on that stuff, like you could visibly see like a difference. Yeah. And like almost like a scent, like holy fuck, like oh boy, like he like was shown something that really fundamentally changed his like perspective and view of existence in the world. And like that was very strange, like to see that in the context of like, oh, like aliens, bro, orbs and things like that. Because like when you see that, you're like, oh yeah, dude, like there's a lot of awful shit that I'm sure the president knows about that most people, just like the true state of the economy, or like in reality, in 6 months, all of our farms are going to be gone. Like stuff like that I could see like causing issues. But like when you think about it from like the extra, like what's really happening behind the scenes and like why society exists as it does, he was like shook. And so, dude, I don't know. They told him about the soul farm, Sean.
Dude, I'm telling you, that'd be sketchy. We got to get down to the bottom of this soul farm. Why?
Dude.
Just because it is? Because that is reality. It's soul farming.
Dude, the soul farm.
Reality. Like, that's
well
the
be
name
real,
of the game. Is like
soul farming.
The video game that we all play or whatever. It's soul farming.
The galactic. It's hot galactically right now. Soul farming. Soul farming. So hot right now.
Dude, hottest game in the intergalactic
so hot
energy.
Right
all the intergalactic energies are playing soul farm. Come on now.
Or just Earth soul farm.
Dude, have you not found war mode yet, by the way? You are like the prime customer for this podcast. I'm surprised to this day that you haven't brought this podcast to me 2 years ago.
Why?
Because you would
What's
love
it about?
Dude, it's about the
War?
things that no. It's named that because that's what Alex Jones said he was going to do when he shaved his head. He was going war mode and he shaved his head live on there. These are people that just like to laugh at the state of how lunacy works in this country.
Oh, okay.
Like
I like
you
that.
do.
I like that
These
a lot.
are good
I could get down.
Philly boys from like central part of
Philly boys?
of that part of the country, you know, like East Coast but not East Coast, you know,
I get what
in the
you
way
mean.
that we look at it. Yeah,
I get what you mean.
being out here in the West,
I'll have to give it a gander,
dude.
as they
Please,
say.
you should. You will go deep. It's a whole new rabbit hole for you to love, and it's one of those that you could like. I don't know. Do you get to listen to music at work and your phones while you're cleaning?
I could. I don't. I don't know, dude. I just like fucking really get into the dishes and just really work real hard cleaning those dishes and don't think about anything.
Dude, that's a zen-like state.
Yeah.
I mean,
really
that's
good
actually
at it.
really healthy.
I'm really good at it, bro.
Are you?
Oh yeah, so good. I could
The
I could
best.
compete.
Dude.
I could compete in dishwashing.
Dude, you really?
Oh yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
Dude, we should get you on the international dishwasher circuit.
Sponsor me, dude. Can Ecolab
You
sponsor
versus
me?
some Bulgarian woman.
What's the? It would be probably. What's the fucking Hobart, dude? I got like a Hobart sponsorship. That'd be sick, dude. That'd be fucking
For
awesome.
dishwashing?
Yeah, I just go around the country and just slam dish, dude. I could be like a celebrity dishwasher. I could just go to Michelin star restaurants and
Dishwash
dish for them for a night. Yeah. And they're like, whoa, guys, we've got a special guest tonight.
This is your
Chris is going to be in the pit.
This is your quickest path to actually being a millionaire. It's like I do stand up in the dish pit, and I'm really fucking good at the dishes
oh my
too.
God, dude. I do.
And I tour around.
I do comedy and dishes on the side, but whilst doing comedy.
I do stand up, but I don't do it on stage. I just do the dishes. Like what? It's like, well, you can come to this restaurant tonight if you want to see.
Dude, that'd be fucking awesome.
And then you do a live streaming show from doing the dishes around the country. Dude, Chris.
Dude, it's going so national tour,
let's do it.
then international tour.
Hang on, Chris. Find a way to link this with like us traveling on the road, making
It's going to be like
show.
Anthony Bourdain, but Chris Bourdain.
Dish Bourdain.
Dish pits unknown. Pits unknown. Pits unknown. Not parts. Pits unknown.
Dude, Chris, trademark it right now. Get the business flowing, dude.
Dude, okay. I'm in.
Dude.
I'm locked in. This is my vision.
This is actually, we
Pits
stumbled onto
unknown.
like an amazing idea here.
I think that's untapped original
No, let me tell you. Can we get,
content.
Can we
I don't think anyone's ever done something like that.
Can we do this in combination with the one restaurant idea where we go find one restaurant and you do the dishes at that one restaurant after we eat at that one restaurant?
Yes.
It's like a side mission XP. And then we can also, eat at fancy places because the dishes are going to take off way more than the one restaurant idea.
Yeah.
It's unknown, dude. That's
It's
great.
unknown. I just go to like the worst fucking like Indian, just the streets of New Delhi, and I'm just like,
No,
I'm
we're
gonna
not
see the
doing that.
worst pit you got. Like, let's just go find. It's like the literal sewer, dude. Some of those street vendors literally use the sewer to wash their utensils. It's fucked.
It's foul.
I don't understand how the world exists, like lives in that state, like some places.
because they develop like different,
Or like the
their stomachs
awful
and-
parts in Africa where like there's just like a bunch of like 5-year-old
no
kids
awful
running
parts in
around
Africa.
sniffing fucking shoe glue. That shit, dude. That's
Where's
like
that?
it's
See, now
somewhere
you're
out
saying,
there.
I'm calling you. We gotta check you hard. Somewhere on the internet.
Vice did a documentary and went out there, and it was easily like you see like impoverished areas. You see like war-torn places like Afghanistan or like Pakistan or like Iraq. Dude, there wasn't even a war here. And it was the most desolate, depressing, like visualization of human existence I've ever seen. Like far beyond anything that you see in like a National Geographic documentary. It was just fucked, dude.
From your perspective of Lockheed Martin is our savior as an American, right? So
Yeah,
let's
well.
just remember. Let's contextualize.
Like, if these orbs are God, they're not where these kids are sniffing shoe glue. I can tell you that right now.
Brutally funny.
Like, it's fucked. No, but it's like the only thing there. Like, that's like the only thing is like,
but
if there are people who
See,
get the trash from the garbages.
You know what's funny is,
and then there's the shoemakers. That's like their economy. I don't know how it works or how it functions, but like someone in there has to make bread at some point. But literally shoemakers and trash people that like find valuable items in the trash and hopefully like can bring it back.
Them.
Yes.
That was a bad joke, sorry.
And then but like the economic like impact
but
of
dude,
this
you should read.
it's just like a bunch of shoe glue addicts. Like I don't it's crazy, and it just dude, it like ruins their brains. Like these kids are like zombies and they're like 8 and they're just this shoe glue. It's a rough time.
That's terrible, dude.
And in the places they are, like, because it's just like the obviously, like you were saying, the economy and the social functionality is like non-existent. So they're in like fucking rundown square concrete apartments. There's trash everywhere. No civil services facilities running water or anything like that. Like, dude, they're all in like rags, like not clothes, rags. Like it's just ugh.
But shouldn't we like get? I mean, let's be honest. Maybe the orbs are interested in crazy. Well, that's why they're in New Jersey.
Well, I mean,
and
yeah,
like you know, they're not worried about the pure souls of those people because they're going to be able to get those souls someday.
Well, what's actually interesting is that one of the localized spots for most of this activity in New Jersey is occurring is near a government, like a privatized government nuclear refinement facility, like a nuclear fuel refining facility, like emplacement. Factory.
Why would they be interested in that? That's the internet mayhaps thing.
Oh, okay. Well, here's internet conspiracy. Ancient internet conspiracists say
we have cats to communicate with them.
But also though, some people are speculating that this like crazy like uptake and all this crazy shit with the orbs and the drones happening is that like somewhere over in New Jersey, there's scientists figured something out, or like some major like scientific breakthrough that defies
cold fusion.
Something. Yeah, exactly. Like just something completely world changing has occurred, and or like it's just like, you know, like what do they call it? That theory that like we'll never be an advanced civilization because anyone who ever gets to that point will like destroy themselves. But there's I can't remember what it's called, but that's like the stepping stone for us. Like, people are speculating that some human somewhere may have found that stepping stone that like will welcome us into the intergalactic community, and the intergalactic people, like existing things in the universe, are took note of that, and they're all coming here to be like, holy fuck, they did it, kind of thing. And obviously you're not going to hear about it because they just made like one of the greatest scientific discoveries of mankind's history or something like that. So that's, people are speculating that that's why it's happening too.
See, you use a phrase. Google doesn't even work right anymore, folks, because you use a phrase like stepping stone, and it just shows you a bunch of irrelevant bullshit.
That's tough.
If you throw in one thing that's been made to be something else.
I can't remember. It's not the Fermi paradox.
Yeah, something. Okay, I see what you mean.
But it's like there's a term for it, like where, damn it, it's a crazy theory, but
you know, it's a crazy theory.
But they're saying that we've passed that. We made it to that point though, like that in that. The theorized point that's impassable, that we will never reach because of our own implicit destruction and doom, without
the theoretical construct.
We've passed it is somehow, and that's why these that's why these aliens are fucking, or orbs, whatever, next generation, fourth dimensional beings, energy is coming to fucking see, because they're like, whoa, like there's been a disturbance in the force, kind of thing. Like, yeah. That could be cool.
That'd be sick, dude. I'm ready for the force.
Just a fucking black hole just forms in New Jersey. The fucking nuclear plant just... Oh, shit. Like, dude.
Yeah, we wouldn't know, though, if that happened.
Oh, no, we wouldn't. But, I mean, dude, that's like pretty much nuke shit, though. Like, the nukes, before they blew those up, they were like, there's a small, non-zero chance this might just light the world on fire. It could have. And they were just like,
because that's the other side of the coin of that advancement paradox of like, you have to take that risk to get past those.
Exactly. Yeah.
Stopgaps. Yeah.
But, and they still fucking set that fucker off, dude. Like, that's crazy. And that, and like,
two.
Yeah. Well, a ton.
Yeah. A lot.
Like hundreds, but not on people.
They still do them a lot. In the ocean, like
underground and stuff, yeah, not as frequently, but.
So, do you think they use them underground?
Oh, some country just went nuclear for the first time not too long ago, like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Was it India?
They did an underground test. It wasn't new. No, it was like a country of concern though. Like it was Pakistan? Not a very stable. Like I can't fuck. No, I think it was somewhere in the east, somewhere in Asia. but there was like seismographs indicating that they did a successful nuke test. It might have been India. I can't remember fucking who it was though. But everyone was like kind of just like that little meme of that monkey, like kind of like looking away, like really concerned. Because it's just like they said nothing about it and made no press releases, but just detonated a bomb and just said like acted like nothing happened.
I probably can't even find this.
I have to look it up, dude. I might be misremembering, and it might have been India. It might have even been North Korea, but I don't think it was. Because I distinctly remember it being like, this is interesting because it wasn't the suspected country that you would think would do that. It's like Turkey, maybe. I don't know, dude. Someone blew up a fucking bomb underground.
Didn't Turkey just have a fall in their leadership, right? Oh, that was Syria, right?
Dude. Yeah, Syria fell. That's crazy. Literally being essentially run by what is new generation ISIS. Like.
And then they're good now.
And then South Korea, they tried to have a coup. That was fucking crazy.
I have a good joke about that.
Dude, a lot of people don't realize that was really a significant event that no one really talked about. South Korea, they were just like,
they declared martial law.
Yeah, no, they were literally just like, we're a Nazi government now. Like, not Nazi, but authoritarian. We're an authoritarian government now. Stuff it. We're far right. And then they were just like, no. Just shut it down in like a day. Did you see that video, though, of the Asian politician lady just grabbing the fucking barrels of the fucking soldiers' guns at the fucking front of their, like, courthouse, like their political, like, Congress house, I guess, whatever the equivalent is.
The people's house.
Yeah, the people's land in South Korea. But yeah, no, dude, it was like, that's not how it would have gone down in America, brother. You start grabbing fucking National Guard's rifles, they're going to shoot you. But she was like literally grabbing these guns by the barrels and like throwing them out of the way, like just pushing these dudes out. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, this is retarded. Like, what? Fuck, we have a democracy. And like, they just wouldn't shoot her. So like, good on the soldiers. But at the same time, dude, you try to pull that shit in America, you get Ashley'd. You get babbited, bud.
You think?
Yeah, definitely. If you're fucking trying to start a military coup.
Well, isn't that? I've heard some news organization saying that we should do a little January 20th this year.
Well, J-Twan.
I don't know. This app will probably be out a few days before that, hopefully. But
well, J-Twan.
Do you think a J-Twan has any potential this year to not let this far right dictator take office?
I think
that most of the people in this country that a popular vote voted for.
What we really need is a nicer gallows.
What's a Sir Gallo?
A nicer gallows.
Oh, a nicer gallows.
Like, we had a good one the first time, but we're going to need a much better, much more liberal gallows.
For Kamala?
Paint it blue? Maybe?
Because Kamala certifies this time around.
Oh, yeah.
So that's probably a little gauche.
No, you can't
put out a gala for that.
No, I don't know if it works that way. The white guy was a stretch to put on the gallows.
Have a gallows
to hang in front of the fucking Capitol.
For an effigy gallows, yeah.
I'm not so sure having a woman of color.
Just to be clear, you're alluding to the fact that Mike Pence, there was a gallows of Mike Pence, a gallows and an effigy of Mike Pence on January 6th.
Yeah,
correct?
It was a nice gallows too. like well made. Like the boys, good old boys somewhere made that thing for some real hanging, dude. Like, it was fucking... Who got that there? Like, did they bring a U-Haul?
You know, be funny.
It's drop it off, and the Capitol Police are just like,
what's funny?
This is fine.
I like thinking about they didn't get a U-Haul. They had a trailer, and they're like, let's just use the trailer that we haul the beater to the old beat 'em up event, right? Every 3 months. So we use that. They put the gallows on it, and they're driving across I-80. And you just next to them, and you're like, is that a fucking gallows? On January 4th.
Unfortunately, in Wyoming, I doubt many people would even care.
Gallows?
That's probably... Risque.
Gallows, huh?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Gallows, huh?
Hi, you seen a gallows in a while?
It's the last time to see one of them.
Call your wife, you're like, any reports of gallows? I mean,
like, is there
big news?
Any events? Like, what the fuck? No, dude, that's crazy. I'm genuinely curious now. I want to know the history of, like, I want to know.
Gallows.
Yeah, like, who brought that fucking thing? Why did they bring it?
A thing.
Why did they bring that there? What inspired them? What was going through their minds? Because I'm sure it was like, You got to be pretty steadfast and resolute.
The gallows has been used as a method of capital punishment throughout history, with its origins in Germanic culture and ancient Greece. The early gallows was an important part of Germanic culture, and the Anglo-Saxons introduced hanging as a form of capital punishment in Britain in the 5th century. They involved fitting a noose around a victim's neck while they were on a ladder or in a cart, and then removing the ladder or driving away the cart.
You're trying to tell me that they didn't start hanging people until the 5th fucking century? No way.
No. Well, in that like modern sense, I think
like
it's
with
saying,
a nice gallow, you mean?
in the medieval period, they had execution like burning, boiling, beheading. So, you know, can consider that gallow-like.
I mean,
hanging crimes became primary punishment for capital crimes by the 18th century.
Dude. That's crazy.
In London, the prominent gallows was located in Tyburn, which is now the Marble Arch.
Fuck.
So it's now a thing.
That's gnarly,
It'd be like if you hung people from the St. Louis Arch.
That's
that was our
gnarly,
gallows. Can you
actually,
imagine? See, what a great... Oh, we have our own gallows already built.
Dude,
could you
St. Louis Arch, could you
Chris,
imagine if like criminals, like terrorists,
were hung from the St. Louis Arch? That's the way to do it, dude. Hang them for
gnarly.
like 2 days from like 40 feet up.
That's like some Shariah law shit, bro. Just hang them from a bridge. Like, what the fuck?
Abdul
what a crazy.
Bakar. He's hanging from the arch. Look at him swing. Look how beautiful he swings.
Look at him swing.
Come on, that's funny. It's bad taste, but it's funny.
No, that is hilarious. I mean, I wouldn't put it past him, dude. Die like a dog.
Beautiful swing. I love a beautiful swing, you know me.
Magnificent
He gets
swing.
to talk about his golf swing. I have a beautiful swing.
Haven't seen a swing like that quite some time.
Now watch this drive in homage to Bush.
Yeah, now, dude, that's one of the best 10 seconds of
you
fucking.
You uncanny valley, you like glitch out for a second. You're like, is this real?
Dude, I love that fucking 10-minute section of just fool me once,
it's been
on you. Fool me twice, fool me can't get fooled again. That's amazing. Now watch this drive.
No, that's a different time.
Oh, is that two different things?
Two different things.
Oh.
You're just so Zoomer brain that you've seen him put together on the internet so many times. No, yeah. He's like the news in Afghanistan or Iraq of the resistance fighters. We will not stand, but we need to stand up against this force. We need to show the international community we will not. Thank you, folks. Now watch this drive.
Just hammers one out there.
We used to at the old studio pull that up for every single guest that had not seen it. That was like standard homework. Of like, you need to see what our country is. This is the video that will show you.
George Bush was honestly like...
Any all-time other political, like...
Dude, he like...
Reagan, when he goes, you missed. That's one the guests have said on the show.
Me. You know, did you know that he actually... those are plants? Like, those were not on the spot, like... fucking his
like those
improv
balloons,
yeah, were popped by people intentionally so he could say things like that to arise, like to gain popularity. Yeah, I know.
Those are fake
biggest letdown I've had in a minute.
Those are fake crowd work clips.
Yeah,
they've changed the sound of the crowd's laugh to make it sound like they're laughing harder or longer than it really was. Those are fake crowd work clips. You're telling me?
Okay.
No,
I know it's crazy. Right out there, but it took me a while.
Wow. No. I'm saying that like I did not think that was fake.
I know,
but like so many crowd work fit clips and everything else on the internet is fake.
Like there's a lot. There's definitely some things on the internet where it's just like not ever for a moment in my mind did I think was not real, and then like a year or 2 years later, I'll like some random thing will come back and it'll be like, oh, this was not real. I'll be like, what the fuck? Like, has that ever happened to you? Like, I can't like even name a specific example right now, but like there's been a couple where I'm just like, oh, what the fuck, man? Just highly disappointed in something that was like disproven.
When's the last time you actually believed in something though? It's been a while.
What? How do you mean?
Because the origin, that would be me thinking about you buying into a concept, and you haven't bought into a concept into a decade.
No, I'm talking about like legitimate. No, I'm talking about like legitimate edited footage. Like you see like a funny video, or like you see something and you learn that it was staged or something like that. Like years later, and you're like, man, I thought that was genuine, and a part of you just dies because you're just like,
okay,
because you just feel stupid.
I'm trying to think of an example in my life because I'm sure I've had
wow, I can't believe I thought that was.
Well, my classic example of a dipshit thing I carried into adulthood, or way too late at least, was I played football with you when we were 7 on an 8-year-old team. Right? Yeah. I went to my first NFL game in like middle school with my mom in the middle of winter, and I look across and I'm like, Mom, I've wondered this for years. Why the hell are the fans holding? I think I can ask you this. Why are the fans holding up the big D and the fence? Oh my God, I'm so dumb.
It's one of those it's exactly what I'm talking about, bro.
That's my example.
Yes. Yes. I like that.
My sister would probably find it. For her, it was a birthday suit. she didn't realize until like middle high school what she didn't understand what that was. Yeah, dude, everybody has these.
That's hilarious, bro.
Do you have any other ones?
my buddy hit me the other day with he was talking about some chick that he was working on, doing some work too. And he said she had wizard sleeves. I didn't get it. I was like, oh yeah, like that's a weird, like it's a weird term for like
age term for ham hocks
for like a pussy.
Oh, wizard sleeves. Hang on.
Like we're talking like the flaps, like she's got like beef, like it looks like roast beef kind of thing.
Dear God,
dude, it took me like 2 hours at work to like
wizard.
I just was just sitting there washing dishes as I do, and I was like, oh, dude,
sleeves hanging lower than
the wizard flaps, bro. Took me a second.
That's funny. I've
That
never
it was
that
good.
one.
I know, neither did I. And I was like, wow, dude, that's original.
See, that's what I'm telling you. Is people are like, there's never any new things. It's all been done. It's like, shut up, dude. Wizard sleeves.
Was he
Come
that?
on.
That was not wizard sleeves.
Come on.
That was out here doing wizard
come on.
sleeves. I'm doing wizard sleeves.
Come on.
Well, Eric's doing wizard sleeves, actually.
Whoa, shut up.
My boy.
What is Space Force?
My
been up
dog.
to? Any new Space Force developments?
No. As an honorary Space Force member, I would be aware of any developing Space Force news.
Trump is going to be back in office, so they'll get funding again.
Dude, I want to watch. I hope that Space Force gets funded in just the most like we need a kinetic
way.
Well, dude, fucking apparently we have like actual treaties and armistices with Russia from the Cold War to not put weapons in space. Did you know that? Yeah, so like we're actually binded by international treaties to not put space weapons in space. Like we could, but and do we? Probably. But dude, do you know the shit that will unravel though when someone drops a kinetic energy?
Tungsten rods in space right now?
I mean, probably not publicly, not officially, no.
Most things we aren't public.
Not officially, no, but I can imagine if they have the ability to do it and it's of, benefit to the American security, then yes, we definitely fucking do.
I hope we do, dude.
I mean, dude, it's really easy. That's the fucked up part. Is like, it's literally, you just need a satellite and a somewhat heavy piece of metal that won't burn up in the atmosphere. Like, that's it. And you can just fucking decimate something real fast.
Because it goes terminal velocity. And
it's going like Mach fucking 18 or something like that. It's like going faster than dick, like 15,000 miles an hour, dude. Like a kinetic projectile going that fast, like even something that weighs like a half a pound is enough to destroy like a skyscraper. Like if you hit the foundation, it's fucking gone, dude. And also you can't stop them. There's nothing that you can hit with it. Like there's no missiles or countermeasures that can stop them. They can hit anywhere at any point in any time. And within I think it's like within the time that you can discover them on radar, you have like a 20-minute period until it hits something. And there's nothing you can do about it. You can just watch it. It's the same with intercontinental ballistic missiles like nukes that go into space and come back down. There's no physical capability from any military that can stop that.
But
like shoot it out of the sky or anything.
Can do that?
What's that?
They tell us that they can do that. Isn't that what the whole Iron Dome and all the other don't they tell us that
those can stop cruise missiles and ballistic missiles. Those can't stop ICBMs, dude.
Nothing can stop
way
ICBMs.
Too fast. Nope. I mean, they're in theory you can stop them, and this is another thing at Space Force.
Thank God.
Getting in on. If you can get them on the longitudinal arc that they're taking in space right before they go back down. So if you know that it was launched, you can, in theory, blow it up in space. But once it gets back in the atmosphere, dude, that thing's hitting whatever it's going at. There's no way to stop it. So it's pretty fucking sketchy, huh?
Yeah.
Like if a nuclear issue were to ever happen and one missile was fired and it was not intercepted in space, it is gonna hit where it's going. No way to stop it at all.
So how much notice would we be given? Any?
Probably fucking none. Like the person on the ground in the city that's exploding, probably none. The government, probably 10 minutes knows like what's gonna happen. Like they're like, oh, this is fucked. Like get FEMA, get like, you know, rally up the boys, get the guard. Like we're just fucking gonna be a mass casualty event, like to the likes of which we've probably never seen. Yeah, you probably have like 10 minutes. Damn. And then everything just starts fucking exploding. And you're like, oh, fuck, NORAD. We'd be fucked.
Oh, totally.
For sure. They'd blow up Denver because it's a huge
go-between.
For transit. Like for the trains and shit. That's like one of the biggest rail
it's a hub
annexes or connexes in the Midwest. And then also NORAD is fucking 100 miles to the south of us. So we would just get fucked up, dude. It would be like, oh, darn. You'd want to be in, you'd be so lucky if you live in like Fort Collins or like Wyoming or something like that.
I feel like Fort Collins will get hit too because they have stuff up there as well now with Space Force.
Well, I mean, the fucked up thing is like,
anything.
Russia has enough nukes to hit every major city in every state if they wanted to. Like any population center over 100,000 people, I'm sure Russia's got a nuke for.
I saw a mock-up of like if they go for cities, if they go for nuclear sites, and it's like everything's fucked regardless.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you're in like a high density spot, like on like a coast or like in like a major city structure, fucked.
Why don't we get along with Russia? To like let them have interests and like let them pursue interests and like why don't we also pursue interests?
It's the orbs, man. I'm dead ass with the orbs, dude. Okay. Apparently, the aliens
Russian souls
that are functioning on Earth have what's the term? So they're
brokered a deal.
No, good intentions. This is also according to the cancer dude from 4chan.
Good faith. They have good faith.
Yes, good faith aliens and aliens with nefarious intentions and acting in like out of like bad actors is what I was trying to say.
And nefarious actors, yeah.
And that the reason that like things like capitalism and like progressive democracy and communism is such a pervasive like 50-50 cut line in the world is that the bad operator or the bad actor aliens are the ones performing and using these communistic and like much more authoritarian under good intention, but more authoritarian to be able to control people in a much more like soul farm.
And you want to steer the soul into a certain bucket.
Yes, exactly. And the aliens that are operating and work with Western powers are like the ones are the reason that we in Western states are as they are is because they're in a much more observational role and not like a role as in trying to dictate what is like occurring.
Because the souls, they want to let us be part of their
They want us to have good souls, but they don't want to farm our souls, so we're not. They want free range souls, Sean. No, they don't want antibiotic filled chicken warehouse.
Pause. I'm
souls.
The grass-fed, grass-farmed, grass-finished beef of the intergalactic soul farming scheme.
Yes, Sean. Dude, you are the product. Dude. Okay? If you're reading something and it's free, you're the product.
So this existence I'm living for free, I'm the product of?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good application of logic. That's profound.
But yeah, dude, it's literally just all the aliens, bro. The orbs. Pretty much, you can draw it back to everything. Could you imagine just like bridging, just making bridges to every single functional thing? It's just like, it's the orbs.
Why'd they burn down Notre Dame? The orbs.
I'll tell you what. It's a long, complicated story, but these orbs...
Grandson, sit down. It started with the orbs.
It all started with the orbs of... what the fuck happened in... oh, Jesus.
You know what would be a funny
buddy... Like 1600.
A buddy comedy movie. Like, I'm talking like 2003 style. Super bad style of like two guys that like accidentally stumble onto the fact that there's orbs. And that the orbs are connected to everything in the entire thing.
Already done.
What is it?
World's End.
Okay.
Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg's great. So
have you seen that movie?
No, dude.
Everyone starts getting like the premise is that like everyone starts acting fucking weird and like it's like they're like not themselves and then he realizes that these people are being like replaced with like fucking
like
fake people, like they're being replaced with like these fake analogous clones, and so they're like empty and like hollow shelled versions of these people. And at the very end, they finally find out that it was aliens replacing these fucking people to take their souls and soul farm to whatever dimension to like power a ship or something.
See, but that's
So it kind of did it.
What do we need to be so on the point with the satire that people are like, this is made by a schizophrenic?
Yeah,
but it also needs to be buddy guy comedy, written by you know what I'm saying?
Buddy guy comedy.
So
it's like a Happy Madison production.
It's like Judd Apatow style comedy in the context of a schizophrenic's wet dream.
That's pretty good.
You could pitch that. You could pitch that, dude.
So the thing about selling sketch. Yeah, you could pitch that, bro.
I'm telling you, bro.
That's actually funny.
And you go like the Clinton. You like really like just wrap everything up in it,
dude. And
this guy and the buddies are getting chased then by the feds, and you know, like,
dude, they didn't wear their tinfoil hats.
Yeah, they have to make a Faraday case. You know,
to sit inside.
Yeah, they meet up with a 4chan guy that helps them, but then tries to like, you know, to steal their souls as well because he's actually an alien.
Dude, he's actually MK Ultra.
Yeah,
he was in the tag program.
Dude, have you not read about that?
Dude, my mom was a tag teacher.
So she knows.
Like, is my mom MK Ultra? Fucking, is she in on this?
No, I think
does she know about the orbs?
That's just a cog level position, I think. Not to, like,
she doesn't even understand what she's doing. Like, she's like the Manchurian candidate.
No. No, it's more like, you know, all those people that, you know, let the people take the flight lessons in Florida in 2000.
Yeah.
Right? They weren't, you know, what are you supposed to put them in Guantanamo?
No one wanted to know how to land.
Right?
That's like,
you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, dude.
Right.
That is crazy.
So my point being,
dude, if we're going to be in the conspiracy foil hat rabbit hole right now, dude, like the fact that 9/11 happened, I still can't fucking believe that shit. Like, what the fuck, dude? Why did we just let that happen? Like, what the fuck, man? They let it happen, dude. Those pilots,
they never wanted to know how to land.
The orbs were like, just let it go, boys. Just let it go.
What? But have you seen the Cheney movie?
Which one?
The one with.
Is it just called Cheney?
The one with.
Is it done by
with large
Chevy Chase? Is he Cheney? Chevy Chase looks
maybe
could magnificently play Dick Cheney in a biopic or like an autobiography.
I don't know if it was that one, but. No, I think it was Christopher Bain or
I haven't seen it. I can tell you that.
Anyway, that I read into it after seeing the movie because I'm like, what the fuck?
Did they just like open the scene in like a foggy fucking grass field and a gunshot?
Yeah. That's in the movie, but
fuck, you fucking shot me in the face. He's like, yeah, that's fucking right.
We gotta go to Iraq.
That's what happens when you don't invest in my super PAC, bitch. Yeah,
like. God, dude.
That's crazy. Yeah, he's like, this is for oil. We're going to Iraq.
What'd you think I would do?
Dick Cheney's just like an ultra DC super villain. That's how they portray him.
He's Lex Luthor.
Yeah, literally. That'd be awesome. I'm going to ask AI to make a Lex Luthor Dick Cheney.
They will. They'll write a script for you.
Dude, I don't know if you fuck with Reddit at all, but you should definitely join their AI video page. Dude, it is the craziest shit. Like, I've seen, like, it's like stuff that genuinely makes you like, what the, like, think, like, what the fuck am I seeing right now? Like, it like disconnects like the portion in your brain that can understand like logical images, and you're just like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's crazy, dude. Some of it's just like too much.
So do you think that that's a tool of bad actor aliens?
AI
or orbs, yeah, or like those AI videos that make you disconnect that part of your brain that realizes your soul is your soul and you.
Well, if you want to talk about that in AI, dude, they're saying ancient Reddit conspiracist theorists are saying that
the old miners,
that these orbs and drones could be a form of quantum AI that is capable of manifesting like energy that like, so like imagine like how a computer starts a program or like a visual program like Blender, and you see an image or a movie and you can edit and make and create stuff. They're saying that like these orbs could be a quantum form of AI that's powerful enough to generate that same type of like program software, but just in like liminal real space.
So it would be like the blue wave, whatever thing that I've heard about, but in a AI computing sense.
Yeah, so like they're basically like these computer, like this quantum AI. Well, dude, fucking Jack Ma and like all the dudes at Nvidia and stuff are like they made a quantum chip. Did you hear about that?
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy. I don't think any people really understand what that.
Can you try to explain to someone?
As a layman, I really cannot like give you a definition, like an explanation that would do it like just
service.
The amount of technological like feat, like that's like fuck. It's like the equivalent of like discovering fucking penicillin by accident, dude. Like it's the amount of applications that a computing chip this powerful can create is like it's fucked. It's insane. Like
it's the one that solved the thing they thought would never be solved.
It will be exactly. It's one of those. It could be one of those things, right? And but they're saying though that like you get something powerful enough that it functions on a quantum level that it can actually manipulate like physical vibrations of material and like in
space
thus,
between things,
and thus manipulate and create images in the sky like that, or just like manifest stuff that isn't naturally being produced by like that organic means.
Because matter is needed to destroy to create. You know, like
it's
the
just manipulating and changing it, like literally like a fucking.
That's crazy. It got into the back end of the software of the video game,
literally the back rooms, and it's just fucking around like.
Whoa!
People are saying that could be a thing.
That's fun. I like that idea.
But
that gets my hat going.
I
like that one. That's fun to think about.
Yeah, but that's not good though. Because
why is that not good?
Because if it can do it in that sense,
my heart out of me.
Well, you could like in with the essence of how it functions, it could create things like mass hysteria events or things like that. Like it could manipulate like the functional like vibrations and interactions in like people's brains, dude. Like. If it can interact and manipulate and create stuff out of air.
Well, we already aren't creating mass hysteria events on our own as humans. And the government definitely isn't manipulating us in any ways. So through the food or the water or the things or the cultures or the education systems or anything else.
Yeah, no.
So we're good as it is, right? Fair enough.
Fair enough.
But it is troublesome to think that you could just be like, but that is kind of how it works now.
What?
Just to be fair, like we do not understand the fact that our brains float in wet soup.
Oh,
and
yeah.
We like kind of don't understand consciousness.
No, the fundamentals of consciousness are an entirely different rabbit hole that we could get way into.
And so like you could just be an entirely different and be conscious again.
Yeah, it's an entirely different episode of like a podcast in itself. Dude, they were saying though, some scientists proved that like consciousness, they just found a new I can't remember what it's called, but they just found a new like piece of like
the conscious puzzle.
Yes. But no, they just found a new piece of like genetic material or like DNA or something. Like I can't remember what it's called. You'd have to look up this like the article, but they're saying that like it may be where like consciousness like originates. Like they may have found like the physical anatomical
in
piece.
This group of people.
But like, dude,
is that what the article said after that?
I have no idea, but I'd have to look it up because I wish we had someone to pull it up because it's actually really fucking crazy. Yeah, but
I wish we had producers too, man. I tried.
But dude, the fundamental like aspects of consciousness and how like you and I are sitting here and interacting, but your interaction could be like an entirely different perception of what's going on versus but we're still interacting. Like that's so fucking crazy to me. Like I don't.
Well, that's perception.
But still though, like, but consciousness, the fact that like consciousness allows you to do that, like, and like perceive things that are like interactable with other people. Like the fact that my brain and your brain can literally connect in a sense and interact in the same like perceived space and understand what we're saying, what I'm saying, what you're saying, what we're saying to each other. Like that's fucking crazy. If you really take the time to just...
So that by that application, aren't all animals conscious? Aren't like the trees conscious then?
I don't think they're sedentary in the same sense because like, this is interesting. Did you know that in all, I think it's like 65 years that we've been teaching like primates and apes and monkeys how to do sign language, they have never asked one question?
Whoa. Is that actually true?
Yes, 100%. They have never signed like a legitimate, like they've never asked a question. Like they understand like, oh, let me rephrase.
They understand us asking them questions.
They understand sign language and they can do things like I'm hungry or like I need water or like can you give me food? Like yes,
or
like a
sad
question
or whatever.
Like something that satiates their physical like function. They can do that, but they've never been like what is this?
Who's that?
Exactly. They've never asked questions,
Really?
like intuitive questions. They've never asked one.
So it's like, so do people that
so I
ask
think
more
there's a
questions,
fundamental
are they more
difference.
conscious? Is it a spectrum?
Well, I don't think
Because
it's
some
necessarily a
people don't
spectrum
fucking
or
ask
comparable,
questions.
but I'm just saying I don't think it's necessarily comparable or there's a spectrum involved. But I think that humans, there is a fundamental difference in the way that humans exist and perceive things that, like, because I mean, obviously, dude, like, you see people and you see the natural animal kingdom and you're like, something else is going on here, obviously. Like, otherwise we would just be fucking Neanderthals and monkeys and living in a crazy fucking natural world as predators and fucking prey.
Right. And we have awesome art and everything else.
Like, there's definitely a fundamental difference in the way that people are in the consciousness in their brain is existing than any other thing that is around us.
It's
like,
probably the soul.
And
it's probably the soul that we're digging out here.
there you go, bro. We're getting farmed. They're farming our souls. Fuck.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's funny to jump there, but yeah.
But dude,
But
like,
yeah, I mean, why else have a soul if not to farm?
that's true, man.
Hang on. Have you read the myth of Sisyphus?
You're fucking
We are the rock meant to be pushed.
Nietzsche's soul farm.
Why do we get so upset about the fact that we're being pushed up a hill forever? Dude, we get to be the rock going up the hill. Let's reframe, folks.
It's true.
If we are on a soul farm for aliens, at least we're the rock being up, push up the Sisyphus.
No, dude, they're nurturing us.
Would you rather be Sisyphus?
They're growing us.
Would you rather be farming for souls, folks? Come on, let's be honest. Reframe.
Yeah,
I'd rather be
let's
the
go.
soul being farmed.
Nourished and made.
Come
and
on.
beautified.
Don't
and
those
grown.
cows look happy?
But yeah, dude. So like, I don't know. When you think about it like that, like that people, there's only critical thought process in humans. I mean, not critical. Obviously, that's not true. Like, there's critical thought process in everyday actions that animals do. Like when animals eat and shit. Obviously, like
Sure.
they hunt. Like there's
But an existential
like I
level
need
or
to
whatever.
do like there's animals that think with intelligence, like whales and shit. Like how they coordinate like hunting and stuff like that. They like will fucking use the water to push off seals from like fucking icebergs.
So cool.
Like that's intelligent, but like I just don't think it's on the same plane of like it's not critical. Like they're not really necessarily like aware of like
The sociological construct that the whales are
they're not-
using against the seals.
yeah,
And how the
exactly.
seals might have been displaced
Exactly,
and
bro.
disenfranchised through the whales' political tactics through
Yeah.
years and years of the wealth going only to the whales.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, I got you. Thanks for the LeBron level assist there.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, man. Whales ain't worrying about taxes while they're killing.
Bingo.
They're just living, and like that's just how they do. Like they just won't exist if they don't continue to do
Right. They don't care about representation or taxation.
that. No, unfortunately, it'd be a lot better. Be a lot better if you
Let me
did,
tell you, the seas would be a much better place.
dude. The seas are also home to advanced humans too,
They say the tinfoil.
dude. Ancient Reddit conspiracy theorists say
Oh, is this
that our history and civilization went underwater 100 to 200,000 years ago, and that the remnants of what's occurring now in New Jersey and the fucking drone facility underwater is super advanced people that were like, yo, this place is fucked and we got to get out of here, or like an ice age happened, or like a fucking cataclysmic event and they went down there and stayed down there, and now that's why it's so hard to get down there for us, is because they were like, okay, we're gonna go here, we're gonna hide, we're going to get rid of any possible way of adaptability so that these people cannot ever get us again. And we're going to go and live in the bottom of the ocean. So
that sounds super likely.
I'm just saying, dude, like you've seen
Atlantis.
the hieroglyphs. Pretty much all but confirmed. Just what, have you ever,
It's crazy. The movie Atlantis is great.
if you haven't already, you should watch, Graham Hancock's Netflix shit talking about like
ancient aliens.
yeah, the ancient civilizations and stuff. He's like, he's off the fucking wall, but he's got some, and he's definitely very like, what's the term, against the grain. Like he makes you think about things that you normally wouldn't really like. You'd be like, that's preposterous. But
Yeah,
then
but
he's
he's
like,
also
but
got-
listen here.
Yeah, he's got the
Let me
Kanye
hit you
rule
with
where
this
it's like,
science.
It's 4 or 5 things he says is okay, and then the 5th is like, okay, what are you doing?
No, I get
You
that.
know?
I get that.
So
for
it's
sure.
like, I'm with you.
Well, he's
I'm
like-
with you. Okay, I'm gone.
Yeah, he's like widely regarded as like a non-reliable person in like the world of archaeology, and like people won't like that actually professionally work in that realm want nothing to do with him. Just like it's good entertainment, but like it's just funny, dude. Because he's all in, bro. Like he's not. It's not a grift. It's not like a persona. Like, dude, he is like he is fully immersed in this idea and like full-heartedly believe in it, which is rare. Like, you gotta respect that. He's not like just like fucking with people, like just to like make money, like just to make a show. Like he genuinely believes it's in his like theories.
What do you think about energy generation through like ancient ancient monolithic
pyramids?
Yeah,
the weird pyramid energy, dude.
Or
They say that the pyramids have some way of harnessing like static electricity in a way that's like,
I mean, you
profound
can do the small,
to science.
Yeah, you can do the small experiment, to
like
see,
measurable,
like, measurable.
It's like
ways.
measurable.
Yeah.
And so, like, I mean, obviously, I don't know anything about it and how it's measurable or like what they're actually measuring, but like, dude.
But it's just magnetism is all it is on a low level. I read it.
Nikola Tesla used to theory.
Yeah, it's the same. It's a Tesla based magnetism.
No, Nikola Tesla theorized that the pyramids were at one point an energy producing source, like that they were made to do something specific, like to produce some sort of specific type of energy. He thought that, which is like, for someone like that to think something like that is pretty it could be out there, but that's like, it makes you think. If someone that's one of the most intelligent people in regards to energy production ever to live is saying that, well, fuck. No Graham Hancock, bro. That's like,
I mean, dude, I want to see one of these orbs, man.
I do too, so badly. I was genuinely thinking about driving to New Jersey. I was like, fuck, dude, I really want to just go check that out.
Dude, maybe they'll come to Colorado.
Like live stream. Dude, there's nothing fun here.
What do you mean?
We don't have
anything
anything
just
fun.
About all the fun stuff.
We fun for Russia to blow up. We don't have anything fun for the aliens to hang around and look at.
What's fun in New Jersey?
That nuclear plant.
Oh,
where they're refining and testing fucking nuclear energy and materials.
We should get,
and then maybe making free anti-gravitational cleansing.
Polis should get a
vehicles.
Polis should get a NVIDIA plant here.
Yeah, Jared, get on that.
Mr. Polis, please bring NVIDIA to Colorado.
We need to vote in a nuclear power plant to replace the fucking
Rocky Mountain Arsenal.
That huge, oh gosh, what's it called? The Suncor plant. Replace it with nukes.
Put nukes there.
Yeah, and then we will see all the aliens,
dude.
Eventually.
Do you remember?
I saw a bunch of shooting stars the other day, though.
Do you remember the idea from My $1 Billion Right?
Yes, I do.
I think it's time to bring this book to the world. We need to write this book because Mackenzie Bezos is already doing it, kind of. Like she's already doing half of it with her philanthropy money. So she should buy the Flatirons, build a wall. Well, under the guise of environmentalism. And then as soon as she does build a wall, install, a private military force to shoot anyone that steps over the line. Have high-end, like, country club style membership for the elites.
Yep.
That they can get through the underground tunnels via DIA.
Oh, I love this. This is good. This is really good.
Right? And it's a buddy guy comedy. Written and directed by Judd Apatow. Yeah. With some feral Rogan. I want to have, I want it to kind of feel like Pineapple Express.
We're definitely wearing Crocs for sure.
Dude, that's a Colorado thing. I mean, it's part of the...
Dude, did you ever hear the Mike Judge story behind the Crocs and Idiocracy? And why they wear them?
It'd be funny for one of the buddies to be.
It's actually hilarious, dude. Like that movie is it's a prophecy.
Yeah, dude.
It is not like that. Is not even. It is gone from a comedy to a stark warning. Like people need to really fucking get on board and watch that shit and understand that that's like we're on a fucking careening train that is just moving toward the reality that is that movie, and it's fucked. It's so bad, dude. Trump is like he gets close with the. Just like what is his name in that film, dude? Terry Crews plays the president. He's so fucking dumb, dude. But he says like pretty off the wall shit, pretty similar to Trump. And but they wear Crocs in that movie because like everyone wears Crocs because they're like when they made the movie, Crocs were really, really new, only exist in like California or something like that. And they were looking online to find the stupidest looking shoes that they could possibly wear and possibly find. And so they got Crocs. So everyone was wearing fucking Crocs. And 10 years later, they became like hella popular. And so it was literally like, no one's, and the reason they got them is because they're like, no one's ever going to fucking see these ever again. We're going to like, this is going to be like unique to this movie because this fucking company is going to fail. And lo and behold, people really like them, just like the fucking idiots in that film. So
damn, dude, that is funny. I think in the buddy guy comedy, we have one guy like you play like this prepper from Colorado, right? That's like, you know, you got all equipped and tactical, and then the other guy's wearing Crocs and is a blazer stoner, doesn't really know how to start a fire, doesn't know how to do anything. And these guys stumble on the truth of the elites in My $1 Billion Right.
Oh my god!
And they find their way in the tunnels by accident.
Dude, it could be good.
And then they're in the Mackenzie Bezos. But really what the book is supposed to do is it's supposed to draw people together because the way the right and the left react to the situation
causes so wild looking. I just can't, bro. You have all that money in the world and that's where you've settled. Like, that's just fucking wild.
Well, they got married, you know, when they didn't.
Before he had money?
Yeah, before he had all the money in the world.
Faithful guy. Dude, that guy makes like $12,000 in the time it takes him to walk across one of his warehouses. You see that video? He's like walking in the warehouse and there's like a live ticker clock of the money he's making and then a live ticker clock of the money the supervisor is making. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Whoa.
The supervisor ends at like, I think it was something like $2.67 in this 2-minute and 40-second video, and Jeff Bezos ended at like $28,640. Just in the time it took to walk across to the guy to show him the plant and then leave. It's like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, but most of that's based on like speculative appreciation.
Well, it's also like the company's profit.
Yeah, still, well, and just speculative appreciation of the market over time in that company. In the
but still,
of that, yeah.
We talked about this, dude. You can make like, what is it? Like $200,000 an hour for 5,000 years, and you still wouldn't accumulate the same wealth that he has. Like, and you never will because of the compounding like increase in which it's going up. You'll never catch it. Like, that's fucked, dude. It's all that money. It just becomes like fake at that point.
It's fake.
It's just so not real at that point. It's just numbers on a board, dude. Like, like where is all this money? Like, I want to, like, that's what needs to happen. Like, there needs to be a fucking literal dollar bill for every dollar bill in this fucking market sitting somewhere. Physically there, tangible.
Yeah.
And but all this bullshit would stop.
Yeah, no, it's totally true.
But yeah, like, shame.
But then
went off the gold standard, bro. That was like the last, like.
Then work would have to matter. And people don't want that.
I don't know. I don't think that's true.
Yeah, no.
I think people want that. I think people want
that, but not the people that power. Sorry, when I said that.
I get it. You talking about the people that matter, the people with money,
the people behind the walls on the Flatirons.
Yes. Dude, it's insane though. Like, also the Luigi Mangione thing. Like, it's crazy that what do you think? The world that all that did was just bluntly show that the elite and aristocratic people of the planet play by a different set of rules. Like, we are not being
governed with justice.
Yes, we are not being governed by the same standards that other people. Like, money is what matters. Like, that's quite
literally. It's quite
like,
literally.
And they just proved that time and time. Like, dude, they walked that motherfucker out on a helicopter when they extradited him back to Pennsylvania on or to New York. It looked like a Batman film, dude. They had like 40 dudes with like fucking M16s and shit all walking him in. He's all cuffed in the classic orange jumpsuit, dude. Like, what are you guys trying to create a fucking mater? Like, you're doing a pretty good job. Like, because if you don't want people to fucking be inspired by shit like that, you definitely do exactly not that. And just blow his face up on the fucking television and show all these just great angled photos of him and like make sure everyone sees it on every outlet in the news and then be like, but we shouldn't kill CEOs. It's bad. Like, what the fuck, dude? It's just crazy, man. Like,
dude, they're gonna give him the death penalty.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, dude. Can you imagine, bro? If he just shot a homeless guy on the streets of New York?
Thank you.
No one would have cared.
No one would have even known.
No one would have cared. It wouldn't have made the news. Wouldn't have made the local fucking news.
They probably wouldn't have even followed up on the murder.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They would have found the dead homeless man and they'd have been like, well, we don't have the resources to pursue this, but fuck, do they have the resources to pursue for a fucking high profile murder, man?
Did you know that he was going on that morning, the CEO, to like talk to the board about the fact that he was like testifying about.
So my mother works for Optum, which is a subsidiary of United Healthcare, and watches the press conferences live because she is an associate of it. Like she's an assistant. She's a virtual, like she's basically like an admin assistant. Like so,
helps
like
people during the
so
thing.
like if you were in a physical office, she's the front desk lady essentially. Like that does all this like this stuff, but she does it in a digital workspace for higher end people in these companies, dude.
Wow.
She was one of the first people in Optum to tell people that this guy got shot because she saw them stop the meeting that he was going to live as it happened because they learned that he had just been murdered. My mom was the whistleblower in one of the fucking companies that learned to learn about that.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy? At like 6 a.m. I was like, fuck, dude. Like, that's fucked up because she's up at like 5 a.m. to see these, like, it's her job to watch these boards and like see these meetings and like give other higher end people who aren't at these board meetings information and like tell them like what's like the gist of what's going on essentially.
Yeah. Wow.
Isn't that crazy? I was like,
wild.
and then she was actually really upset for a couple weeks because of just like she really had no idea just how much fucking everyone hates healthcare companies. Like she was like she took it pretty personally, dude.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Because she was like she really likes her job and thought she's like doing things to help people, and she realized that the profound hate for these companies and their existence amongst the general people, like it bothered her.
Wow. I mean, that's justified, I think.
Yeah, I was just like I was like, dude, like people got to work. It's a huge company. Like I don't think that really matters. Like it's not a representation of you as a person. Like if you were the CEO of this corporation, I'm sure it would be run differently, but you're not. So it doesn't matter. Like you can't be like fixated on that. I'd like to think anyway.
The soul farm.
Yeah, and then we started talking about all the orbs, dude, and it was a really good conversation.
Did you say, Mom, just think about the fact that it doesn't matter because we're all just souls being farmed. So, like, whether it's your soul or
just souls being farmed, man.
It's like healthcare souls look the same as construction souls, look the same as server souls.
As long as you follow the soul tenants, that's all that matters, Mom. That's going to be a part of our orb religion is the soul tenants.
That's a great one. It's really good.
That'll be our commandments.
Yeah, the soul tenants. Yeah, dude. That's a really good one. That's a great one.
Be good.
Damn, dude. We're writing this movie. Judd Apatow, reach out.
Yeah, please.
We need you.
Please, Judd.
We need you. Put up the Judd, what do they say? The bat, it's not the bat light. What do they call it?
The bat signal?
The bat signal. The Judd signal. Thank you. Signal was the word.
The Apatow signal.
For such an encrypted app, it lost my mind. It blew my mind. My backend's going out, folks. Sorry about that.
So fucking the Judd symbol. Hey, dude, we need a Mike symbol too. Mike Judd is funny too. He's a good guy.
Anyone with
great guys, those guys. Just real good dudes.
Oh, dude.
Brother.
Any closing thoughts for the fans before we wrap?
Dude.
Any advice on for the farmers or the farm?
I was just going to say, really make sure to read up on your soul tenants.
Yep. Where can the people find those?
Dude, if the orbs are angels and aliens are God, well, there's a lot of people out there that best be doing some repenting. That much I can say. I'll leave you with that.
Well, make sure in that repentance that you like and subscribe to this show for more fun guests like this satirical one we had today.
For more fun conversations on Intolerable about orbs and souls being farmed.
Come back. We won't probably have aluminum next time, so this is a special event. It's the first of the year. Don't expect a common theme here, but he's going to check out War Mode. They're our official Doritos Locos sponsor of the episode.
And if the aliens come, bro, and there's some crazy events, we'll be back.
Dude, we're going to be back.
Talk about it.
Yeah. Klube's going to go read more Reddit for a while. But
yeah, I gotta go get into the annals of the shittiest websites of the internet.
Yep.
To get more conspiracies.
Through schizophrenic rantings.
Dude,
to find the truth.
Many.
To find the truth.
Yeah, I'm doing it for all of you. It's for the people.
He's a public servant, folks.
Jeez.
Write that off on your taxes, would you?
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to dive deep into madness to find greatness, I guess.
Research purposes. $5,000. My time.
Yeah. If anyone wants to pay me to do this,
please
let me know.
He'd be the perfect person for it.
I'm that guy.
Fuck off and be well.